Hello friends, hello, welcome back. I'm talking to someone who is traveling right now, someone who could be moving or just traveling, having wanderlust, okay? This is practice, okay? I feel like this time for you in your life is practice for you basically settling into like your highest level in this life, and you will travel a lot. Like your soul family, I believe, is scattered all across this globe, okay? And you need to practice traveling solo, meeting new people, being stuck in, just getting used to situations that put you outside of your comfort zone. And another huge thing that I got with this message is that, like, I feel like there is a lot of assumptions, and you guys will see me like learn this and go through this on my own when I took my trip to Belize. And I'm still dropping that video, don't worry guys, it's coming. But anyways, I feel like one of the hugest things is, like, I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions about every place on the globe, and I feel like people who don't travel only get to see other places through the lens that whatever picture or like whatever story is being created, right, through social media, whatever, and I think a lot of people aren't even like that intellectual to put two and two together. Like, no offense, because there's nothing wrong with that. Like, everybody isn't supposed to be like hella smart and into fucking, the people who we all are supposed to help each other. So the intellectuals are supposed to help out the people who are less intellectual become more, up to speed. But everybody doesn't know to like consider the source that they're like looking at when they're like enjoying certain media or like certain things or whatever. So everybody doesn't know that if a country doesn't like France, if they keep posting about France and it's all negative, it's a reason for that. Or France is biased. So if you only learn about France through looking at media about, oh, we're the French people and we love France and da-da-da, you won't know the truth about France if you never hear it from like the source that would rather tell the truth about France. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say, like, I'm going to use a solid example that I actually did receive. So I feel like a lot of people assume that Americans are like all like, I feel like people think that Americans are probably like a little airheaded, a little stupid, but I feel like they also look at us as just like dumb and aggressive, okay? Dumb, aggressive, and entitled is how I feel like a lot of the world may view like Americans or whatever. But I feel like when we travel to places, I feel like they experience us and they're like, wow, like a lot of them are actually very innocent and very like gentle and understanding. And I feel like they really don't really fully overstand the complexity of an individual, especially an American, until they like meet one of us face to face. And I feel like that is a very important thing, because I feel like a lot of people get off on just everybody being all separated and not being aware of each other and like having personal connections to each other and shit like that, whatever. Okay, moving along. So you guys are meeting your divine community. Like I said, like when you're traveling, like that is like one of the biggest reasons for you traveling. So regardless of what you think the reason is, oh, it's because I'm living my soft life and I get to show everybody that I traveled here and there by myself and I made enough money and I have the funds and and I'm gonna get these outfits off and I'm gonna boost up my social media. And while a lot of that might be the case, the main reason is so that people can activate people and things and energies in other places. And because a lot of us are meeting our divine community in unlikely places, okay? A lot of you guys watching this video might be on the East Coast. A lot of you all need to be aware that there may be some of you guys may have just gotten rid of like a fake friend. Some of you guys could be becoming aware of like, like more faker or just like disingenuine people that like are around you, okay? I feel like you're very popular right now, and you know that like a lot of people are trying to ride your coattails or whatever. And yeah, somebody, whoever that is that's distracted by my glasses, mind your business, okay? You could buy me some new glasses because they just not in the budget right now. Like, I'm just really not worried about getting a new pair of glasses at this moment because I only wear them sometimes, okay? So mind your damn business, all right? Yes, I scratched them up. I didn't know. I just be throwing them around and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't necessarily need them for tarot or whatever, but like my bags are going crazy right now. So mind your business. Anyway, I ain't trying to distract nobody. Damn. So you're popular right now. I feel like you are trying to make sure that you're putting everybody where they belong. You don't want nobody in your close circle who's just using you because you're popular. I feel like these are the same people who would rather you not be popular because they barely in your circle from their mind to begin with. It's almost like they look at themselves for who they really are, and they're just looking at you like, I can't believe they hang out with me. Like, they're so amazing. They're so this, they're so that. Like, you are a writer probably naturally, so you fuck with this person or these people, and they're like, when will they catch on to the fact that I'm not that great of a friend? I probably don't really deserve them. Like, I feel like y'all are catching on to that, okay? Somebody may have gotten proof or something that somebody's been watching them and stalking them in like a really weird way, probably mostly like through social media. You might be like becoming aware of the fact that like somebody that you thought was your homie or your friend is like watching you on social media and you didn't even know, like they've gotten your social media somehow, or maybe they just like seen you and you don't know that they're seeing. Like, say for example, you have a homie and you guys don't follow each other on the socials, or you don't function through the socials, but they're watching you. Okay, this could be a friend that's like a lot younger than you or older than you, or y'all just live in different worlds. Y'all are just like very different like types of people or whatever, so y'all don't bother to like connect through social media or whatever. Or maybe they just portray themselves as a kind of person who doesn't use social media. I think that that's not true. I think that you found out that they've been watching you, or maybe you need a confirmation of that. So I would take this message definitely to God, to your higher self, to your ancestors, whoever leads you, whoever you believe in. Yeah, so let's move on from that. All right, a lot of you guys could benefit from writing, okay, scripting. Some of you guys could be filmmakers, content creators, okay, vloggers, things like that. People who put together like media or content for people to view. But I really do feel like this is also just like the universe giving you, trying to put you on or whatever to some divination and manifestation tools. So writing and scripting is a really good way to bring something into being. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say about that. If you want to learn more about writing or scripting, let me know in the comments. We can talk about it. I can make a video about it. Or, I mean, you guys could definitely just like look it up. And like I said, if you guys are interested, we could talk about it more on the channel. But yeah, writing, scripting, get into it. All right, so I pulled out some cards of some energies of people who will be around you at this time who you need to look out for. And I really want you guys to be able to learn how to like just like stand stronger on your discernment. So I'm going to tell you the kind of people who are around you, but it's going to be up to you to discern like what you want in your team or not. And I also don't want to come off judgmental, so whatever, child. I keep getting this Henry VIII energy, or Henry VIII, whatever energy. And every time I pull this card, it just gives me like douchebag, like incel, just horrid, power hungry kind of man that might be in a high position or has the ability to obtain a high position, who is just looking for women to like prey on and victimize under the guise of like looking for a wife or a girlfriend or a partner or a mother to some, a baby mama. Okay, poor guy, poor girl just is going to be victimized by this guy. So there is that energy all up in your field. You might even be this person. So just know that if you are this person and you don't think you're this person, honey, real ones know. Real ones can tell, okay? So don't think you're gonna be victimizing somebody that easily. And as far as the women who need to know, or just the people in general, because you don't have to be a woman to be like having masculine in your energy, but take it as it resonates, y'all. This is for y'all, okay? Yeah, like you got a lot of fake gentlemen in your energy field who just want to be treated like a king. They're a bunch of like baby boys, you know, mama's boys kind of guys who just want to be treated more than they're worth being treated, okay? They want to find a gentle lady or like a better person than them who is like, I find that a lot of these men like to have this like gentle, amazing, nurturing woman like as the forefront of their life while they're like really scandalous in the background. Okay, and some of you guys might like that dynamic, but I don't know, okay? So just know if you like that dynamic, you have those guys in your field. If you don't like that dynamic, girl, run, okay? Period, because these are the kind of guys who will drag you, girl. And I'm just really getting that video where the guy was like, no, it wasn't a video, it was a tweet, and he was just like, I'm gonna put my wife through basically hell and high water, saying like she gonna earn every single letter of my last name. He was like a Baptiste or something, and people were like basically dragging him and flaming him in the comments. Like nobody wanna, like, boy, what type shit. But anyways, another person like energy that's in your field is Sigmund Freud. So very much so like philosophical type of individuals in your realm, like people who are on your level as far as like, you know, intellect goes. But I feel like this is also the kind of person where you're like a sapiosexual, so like it turns you on so much to have somebody match you mentally. And even if you're not an intellectual kind of person, you feel like it balances you out and it turns you on to have someone like that in your life, male or female, okay? Just take it as it resonates, okay? I feel like you're looking for someone to explore with, to do kind of more edgier things in life with. I feel like you want somebody to match you. So it's like, okay, yes, I'm smart. Yes, I'm intellectual, but can I get a freak nasty geek? Can I get a freaky geek? Okay. That's crazy. I don't know why I'm getting it like that, but I'm channeling. Okay. So y'all crazy. Okay. It says pure masculinity or femininity is not to be found. So I feel like amongst people like that who are really like spiritual and intelligent, like that's my favorite combination, like spiritual and intelligent and like sexy, sensual, fun, crazy, right? I feel like amongst those people, it's like everybody knows what they like, right? So as a woman, I might love like masculinity like so much. However, I love, and it turns me on when a man is just naturally in his feminine energy as well, and he thinks nothing of it because he is just natural and it's what is type. That's the vibes here, okay? So this is the kind of thing where I'm really seeing like couples, friends, whatever stage you guys are on together, who are like not afraid. Like a guy is like, I'm literally getting a vision of a guy like poking his booty out and a girl's like slapping his butt and like pretending to hump him, and like that's the kind of energy I'm getting. It's like, it's not, we know that there's weird agendas, like these weird like gender dynamic agendas and weird like deviance dynamic agendas or whatever, and it's just none of that exists here. This is like two people really enjoying each other, and gender ethics is just not, like gender conversation and all that shit is just not a part of the discussion, okay? So that's what I'm really getting here. Then we have Plato. So like I said, we're just getting like heavy like philosopher vibes, scientist, artist, okay? You got a lot of like masculines in your energy, and I think Sigmund Freud is like, he's one of the more normal ones, like, which is crazy. Like I wouldn't think too much about these people, but I mean, maybe you should, you know. For some people it might just be the channeling that is important for you. For some of you guys it might be the actual person themselves, but that's for y'all to figure out, okay? Yeah, I just feel like someone is just transformed by like love and gentleness, and it makes them want to sing and write poetry. And I feel like it's a man who's just being transformed by the pureness of life. The madness of love is the greatest of heaven's blessings. So I feel like I'm really picking up. It's just like, you have like, thank you, Holy Spirit. You have like levels of guys who are in your energy. You have like the low lives, which is like the ones who are looking to harm, okay? You got the ones in the middle who are a little weird, still got their weird beliefs, okay? But they are intelligent. They are seeking. Might be kind of discovering and playing around a little bit more than you're interested in. I don't know. Like I said, it depends. Okay, you got a lot of people in your energy, a lot of options. So everybody is somebody for everybody, okay? And then we have probably one of my favorites to come out, which is this Plato energy. And it's just giving like, you know, love is simply the name for the desire and pursuit of the whole. Like beautiful, just beautiful. You guys can screenshot that and read that more. Okay, but it's just gorgeous vibes. Okay, my nose is so itchy for some reason, y'all. I haven't even smoked yet. Sometimes when I'm smoking weed, like my nose will get all itchy and blah blah blah. Yeah, but as far as that like fake friend goes or whatever, like they don't want you to know that they're fake. They don't want you to know that you're hella popular or that they're watching you like a weirdo. But I feel like some of you guys are learning that. It could be something in life showing you that, or it could be like something like this that you're watching right now. So like I said, take that to your guides and get confirmation on that. All right, you guys should be celebrating right now. Boom. You should keep all your wins in silence, okay? Move in silence like lasagna, period. Okay, don't trust no one with any of your info, okay? Just yourself, just your guides, okay? You guys should be really reflecting. It says if you take the time to reflect before acting, you make better choices, okay? So, okay, time. The only time that you can't control is now. So being present is so important. And this is a huge time to exercise your wisdom, guys. Wisdom is so important at this time. Something that I forgot, but I was saving it to after the prototype cards came out, is how you're like, what I was getting before I started the reading is that like, for somebody here, these like Henry VIII kind of like characters, those guys are like coming after women. Like a lot of people are here to try to like figure out how to contend with men, and you know what, ain't nothing wrong with that. Like if that's where you are in your journey, then look, I'm gonna give you the tools that you need to navigate that, okay? They are coming for your lower chakras, ladies, gentlemen, whomever, okay? I'm gonna just say ladies because whatever, just take it as it applies. But if you feel like you keep coming into masculines who are trying to like finesse you up out of your, you know, self or whatever, just know they're coming for your lower chakras, your root chakra, your sacral, but especially that root, okay? They're basically, in the ways that they do that I find, is they try to find your sensitivities or your vulnerabilities. So if you have family wounds, they will use that. I'm your family and da-da-da. I'll be there for you like your father wasn't. I'm gonna love you like your mother didn't. Silly shit like that. Oh, you don't have a home, I'm your home. You don't have support, I'm your support. You know, they're trying to make it seem like they are your pillar, your rock, your foundation. And that is where they're trying to catch you slipping, as well as your sacral chakra. So a lot of people use like, you know, SEX as a way to disarm people. So keep that in mind. They could be rushing when it comes to, this is the intimate portion of the read. So somebody could be rushing when it comes to, I was dating someone earlier this year in the spring, and it was going so perfect because we seemed to like be on the exact same page and have the exact same intentions, except when we went, I noticed from the first date, it was like little telltale signs. Like this person was just like love bombing, kind of lay it on a little bit too thick. They were trying to hide the fact that their eyes were wandering. They were trying to like, you know, not make eye contact for real. And I always look at stuff like that as a red flag. I feel like they were a little bit pushy, like underhandedly pushy in their energy, and I didn't like that. So I feel like always watch out for like people who are rushy. Like to me, that is like, those are little like weird things to me that are like, not respecting my boundaries is like a huge deal breaker, a huge red flag. Not making eye contact is a huge red flag. Like I get being shy, but if you don't give, if your personality doesn't give shy, but you avoid eye contact, like red flag. Okay, and I could talk about that all day, but I digress. Okay. Some of you guys, they might be trying to record you without your knowledge, or get you to record something or send them photos or videos or something. So watch out for that. Okay. If that's not something you're into, obviously. Some of these people could try to make it seem like you guys are exclusive and you're not. Like I said, for some of you guys, you're looking for ways that you're trying to be taken advantage of. So these are the ways. However, if that's not something that you're here for or getting from this reading, this could be something you're experiencing with a guy that you're actually into. The intellectual, the person who's looking for an intellectual, whatever. Okay, a gentleman, a fucking poetic, whole man or whatever. You could encounter them. They're like, you know what, F the options. And like, they're not forcing you to do anything, but they're just like, why wait? I think we should just do it. I think we should go all out. Like, so for some of you guys, someone's going to be wanting to take huge steps because y'all are both ready to just like go all in with each other. That's not for a huge amount of people, but for some people, I think a huge amount of you guys, these are ways that you need to look out for people trying to like take advantage of you, or just like not completely do you dirty, but just like get things from you that you're not necessarily willing to give right now. It's like some people might be around. We got a monitoring spirit in here, y'all. Yeah, some people may want to be around, but they might be wanting to just like I said, get more from you than you're willing to give. So they might want to have like these little keepsakes that you don't know about, little pictures, videos, and memories, and da-da-da. And it's just like, y'all, I'm getting such a clear picture in my head. Fakers who are trying to trap partners through being fake. Real ones who are trying to just lock it down because it's like, why wait? And then we got the middle people who are just trying to play around, but just like still have their, I heard this phrase yesterday, keys on a ring. And that phrase means that a person wants to have this like tool, like a ring of keys. Like the keys represent people, and they all open up a different possibility, a different door. And me personally, I have personally moved away from dealing with anybody who operate out of that keys on a ring energy when it comes to like romance and intimacy and stuff. I feel like we should only be that way as like colleagues and friends and acquaintances, like in a very non-problematic way. But as far as like intimacy and romance and stuff like that goes, no. I'm a one key kind of person, okay? But anyways, I digress. A lot of you guys are gonna be indulging in some X magic or whatever. Some people may be trying to use you for, it's like, really watch out for those people that feel like y'all around mugs trying to pray on you, and y'all trying to avoid that. Really avoid having sex with people because they gonna try to drain your ass, okay? So me personally, I've been abstinent for a little bit over a year now. I've had only one real like partner if ever I chose to like do things, and even then, like, I really just don't care to do that right now. I just don't personally, okay? Tell me how you want it, okay? So either way it goes, pleasure and enjoyment in getting there is gonna be not a problem. So nobody's gonna be having a bad experience at all in any of these equations, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you might get robbed and you might like it, okay? You might, child, just take it as it resonates. A lot of this stuff is self-explanatory, and I'm really trying to get through this reading as quickly as I can, y'all. These fell on the floor, so I'm gonna read these. I feel like these are something that is gonna become like probably a little challenging for you, because this is, we all have opposition. We all face like opposition from the energy of the matrix. So I feel like a lot of people will be trying to interrupt you on your journey, disrupt your journey, slow your journey down. Just make your journey a priority. Make it how you want it, and don't let anyone interrupt that, okay? Your goals are gonna have to be your main priority. Like for me, like just doing it and being disciplined have been like the most important things to me lately. People don't want you to grow. So prioritize your growth and your blossoming. Like, allow yourself to really become who you are meant to be. Do not let anything stop you from that, and allow yourself to be guided, because if people can have it their way, you wouldn't get no guidance, no help, no understanding, no handout, no this, no that, no nothing. Okay, so allow yourself to be guided. Allow yourself to be given something that you deserve. Like, don't push it away, okay? And then, you guys, we have some songs, whatever, from my Spotify playlist called Space Out. Okay, it's on my Zen Gold account. I will share it so you guys could listen to it if you want. Check out my playlist if you want on Spotify. Try to share it some way, maybe on this post or on the community tab, whatever. Okay. But you guys got Chris Brown, Picture Perfect. Okay, so somebody may look at a person and think like, wow, they're exactly what I want. A bunch of you guys might be looking at them, but they're mine. Okay, so I love that one for y'all. Okay, so go listen to that song, Picture Perfect. You guys got One Love by Trey Songz. So this is really giving like somebody has found their one and they are ready to just do their thing. So love that for y'all. Okay, so One Love by Trey Songz. And we have Mojo So Dope by Kid Cudi. And this is a big one because this is one of my songs that I'm gonna like force my children to listen to. This is one of those songs that gets me in my bag. It gets me focused. It gets me in my mode. Okay, there's two lines I really wanted to share with you guys from the song. And the first one is, he says, damn. I'm gonna just tell y'all the one that's the first one coming to my mind. But he says like, wishing I can tell my brother something for some motivation and get him out that gutter. So it's like, you guys should honor your feelings that you feel, you know, sadness when you know that people can't come along with you on the journey, and just feeling for the people who can't come along. I'm not saying give them any energy or let them tear you down or stagnate you, but just like acknowledge that within your heart, within your mind and yourself, and then like give it to God, give it to your ancestors, give it to your higher self. You know, I wish I could say something to change where the people I love are headed, but I know that I can't, so whatever. Oh yeah, the other one was, thank you God. He said, because I feel like I'm attracting a lot of ragers to my page, fellow ragers, okay? He said, before I became the age to even rage, I was drowning my sorrows in some OE niggas. So some of y'all could be the kind of people where before y'all was even of legal age to rage, y'all was still doing it. Like, y'all basically saying like, this shit that all y'all talk about, I live this life. Like, I live this. I've always lived it, whether somebody was watching or they weren't. So it's like, you are the real deal. You bout your shit. Okay, period. And the last song is a song by Ye. Okay, I respect the fact that he wants to be called Ye, period. But All of the Lights by Ye. So y'all could go listen to that. All of the Lights, you know, I feel like that's him just saying like, look, I saw where I was headed, but now I see where I'm going, and fuck all that. Like, I'm ready to move ahead and right my wrongs, because all that shit back there is drama, right? Interesting reading for sure. So I really hope this helped you guys do all the things. Okay, like, comment, subscribe, y'all know what to do. I love you guys for it. Thank you so much for doing it, and I will see you guys next time. If you guys like this, please let me know, because I'm working on perfecting my gifts so I can help you guys. So see you next time. Peace.